Hello guys, how's it going? Kelsey Reviews. And today we're talking about purists in the Dead Rising community when it comes to the new upcoming Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. And as you hear in the background, I am getting in the mood. I have the Dead Rising 1 and 2 soundtrack playing as we speak. Now, before I get into absolutely demolishing the purists of the Dead Rising community, I want to tell you guys where I am when it comes to the Dead Rising franchise, because I know that some of the fan base may come out to me and say, oh, you're probably a new fan. I've been playing Dead Rising since 2006 when the very first game came out. I remember saving up my allowance just to buy a 360, just so I can play Dead Rising. Dead Rising was the reason why I bought a 360 in the first place. So, I've been playing the game since it first came out. Not to mention, I've been playing the franchise ever since, for better, or whatever the fuck Dead Rising 4 was. But I'm a fan of the franchise. Dead Rising 1, Case 0, Dead Rising 2, Case West, Dead Rising 2 Off the Record, and Dead Rising 3 are some of my favorite zombie games to play to this day. And in fact, Dead Rising is my favorite zombie gaming franchise of all time. Dead Rising 1 holds such a special place in my heart. And seeing that this game is getting the full-blown remaster/remake treatment makes me smile ear from ear. And everything I've seen of it, it's everything I wanted. It stays true to what Dead Rising is while updating a lot of things that needed to be updated. However, people are gonna fucking complain. This is the gaming community after all. We can't have nice things. Now, when they first showed off the trailer, there's two major things that the Dead Rising purist went after. First off, it was the new casting choices. If you didn't know, TJ is no longer voicing Frank West. He is not going to be in this Deluxe Remaster. In fact, this is a completely new voice actor for Frank West. Now, do I have an issue with this? No. There are 3 games you can play that have TJ Rotolo as Frank West. And what's crazy is, 2 of them you can buy on the PlayStation Store. Hell, 3 of them you can buy on the Xbox Store. I'm of course talking about the 2016 remaster of Dead Rising that you can play. Dead Rising Case West, if you somehow can get your hands on a Xbox console, you can buy that through backwards compatibility, or just buy it, well, I guess you can't do that no more. You can buy it through backwards compatibility, right? And of course, Dead Rising 2 Off the Record. You have options. If you don't like the way this new voice actor sounds, do not play the remaster. Simple as that. And it seems like everyone who, literally people who heard the new voice actor immediately said, oh, I'm not going to buy the game. TJ Rotolo is not back. I'm not going to buy the game. Capcom is fucking over the fans. How? It's a voice actor. Okay, it's not like they're removing the timer from this game or anything like that. They changed the voice actor. TJ Rotolo will always be goated. He's the one who brought Frank to life. I will never deny that. I will always say that TJ Rotolo is the definitive Frank West. Does that mean that someone else can't play him? No, someone else can. Absolutely they can. There's nothing wrong with having a new voice actor. I mean, look at the remake for Resident Evil. They recasted Leon. Everyone bitched about it then, but now look. While people still consider the original the GOAT, people also enjoyed the new voice actor for Leon. So why can't it be the same for Frank West? It's obvious they're doing a new look and new take on Frank West in this remaster. I don't really see the issue here. And the same goes for his new look. You should have seen the comments of people just calling him ugly, saying they ruined Frank West's look. Now first off, I want to say right now, if you pre-order the game, you can get Frank's 2006 in-game model from the 360 version as a costume for Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. There are options here. However, you won't get TJ Rotola's voice, you still get his look. I don't mind his new look. Sure, they slightly aged him, but I really don't see an issue with his look. I mean, it's nothing too horrendous. It doesn't turn me off from the game. It's just a slightly older Frank West. I mean, hell, they made him look way older in Dead Rising 2 off the record, and fans, including myself, hold that game to such high regard, and they made him look fat and old in that game. So what's wrong with him looking older here? Don't see the issue here. The next issue I want to talk about is the censorship in the Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. Now, 2 out of the 3 things they're censoring, I don't really care about them censoring. It's a whatever situation for me. However, one of them I do agree with, and I will shame Capcom for in my review when I review it. I'm not going to leave it out. So the 2 things I don't care about them changing are the removal of erotica points. If you didn't know, in the original Dead Rising, and even in Dead Rising 2 off the record, if you took a picture of a woman in scandalous clothing or anything of the sort, you got erotica points. They're completely removing that for this Deluxe Remaster. Now, is this an issue? No, not for me. What matters to me is how great the gameplay is, because I'm not going to be taking pictures the entire time playing Dead Rising. I'm mostly going to be focused on killing zombies, and if I have time, I'll take pictures here and there, but not all the time. To the people that are upset about this, it's okay to be upset about this. If that was one of your favorite mechanics in the game, by all means, be upset. But that's one insignificant change to a whole ocean of changes they're doing for this for the better. I mean, hell, if you look, I'll get to it near the end, but one of the changes is that they are literally giving you guys challenges to do that will unlock free outfits for Frank West. That's fantastic. That's new replayability right there. But if you're upset about the erotica points, that's understandable. I will not say you're wrong for being upset. Next up is the change of the look of the Butcher psychopath. If you don't remember, he was a very stereotypical character model in the original game. And with this new look they're giving the Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, is going for more of a realistic graphical approach. I don't think his look would have fit the more realistic graphics of this remaster. The new look fits better with the tone that they're going for, and fits better with the graphics that they're going for with this game. He's not as over the top, he's more subtle. They didn't race change him. They literally just subdued his stereotype look and made him more of a real person than a fucking stereotype, which is fine, and I actually prefer that. But the one censorship change that I agree with the fans on that was unnecessary was the removal of 2 certain lines of dialogue from one of the psychopaths. I won't spoil it, but OG fans will immediately know what I'm talking about. There's a psychopath that is a Vietnam vet who has PTSD. He wasn't a bad person, he just lost his mind. There was 2 lines of dialogue that they changed. One of them being, "You're Viet Cong, aren't you?" They now changed it to, "You're a mole, aren't you?" The second line is, "You're nothing but a filthy communist." They changed that to, "You're nothing but a filthy animal." Those are 2 unnecessary changes, while very insignificant, mind you. Kind of takes away from that psychopath's story. He was a broken man, a war veteran who lost his mind. It was such an emotional fight. But those 2 lines of dialogue do kind of take away from that. That's the one change I will agree with the purists out there that was unnecessary. Now let's get into the last thing. There's no need to play this. They're not doing nothing new. You can just play the original. First off, I want to say that to the people who are defending that, who are saying that you should just play the original has aged like milk. Trust me, I'm a fan of the original. And I'm even saying, that game has aged like milk. It's not fun to play, it's janky as fuck. Rescuing survivors is the biggest headache of all time. I honestly play Dead Rising 2 more than I do Dead Rising 1 because of how bad that game has aged. The changes they're doing here is making the gameplay a lot more smoother. They're improving the survivor AI. They're adding new quality of life features, including quick saving. They're changing how the UI looks, adding a durability meter on all the weapons, which is so helpful. They're adding new books. They're adding challenges, and if you do set challenges, you earn PP and you earn new outfits. Saying they're not adding nothing new is a blatant lie, when they are adding a ton of new things to this game. Dead Rising purists out there. While I do agree with one of the things you guys are complaining about, everything else is literally a non-issue. You guys are just hating this because it's not the original game. Keep in mind, Capcom is not pulling a Rockstar Games where they're removing the original games from storefronts, so you're forced to buy the definitive edition. Capcom is leaving the 2016 remasters out there that you can play if you choose to. If you don't like how this Deluxe remaster is looking, you don't have to buy it. You can just simply buy the 2016 remaster and play that. They are not going to be removing it from storefronts. You have options. Either play the 2016 version, or play the 2024 version, or play both. Which is what I'll be doing. A lot of the complaints are literally just people whining that it's not the original. Am I buying it? Absolutely. I already have my Deluxe Edition pre-ordered. Because I'm a Dead Rising fan, through and through. I love this franchise. I want this franchise to come back. Dead Rising is the definitive zombie slaying game. It gave you options on how you wanted to go through the environments and fight the zombies. More options than most video games give you. I want this franchise to make a comeback. Hell, even maybe getting a Dead Rising 2 Deluxe Remaster. How sick would that be? Getting a Dead Rising 2 Deluxe Remaster, a Dead Rising 2 Off the Record Deluxe Remaster, and hell, maybe even finally porting Dead Rising 3 to the PlayStation. Maybe even getting a remaster of that for next-gen consoles. All I'm saying is, the changes you guys are mad about are so insignificant. They're not changing core mechanics of the game. They're literally adding new quality of life features and more replay value with the challenges, and updating the graphics to make it look way better than what it did. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am Celtic Reviews, and I'll talk to you guys next time.